Sorry I'm a little bit late. Something quite funny happened to me. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Hoping that some people are going to join, so I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes. Well, probably 30 seconds. I'm going to have a glass of water. We are in my kitchen, my very messy kitchen. I've been sat on my computer all day. I'm going to program some gym time in. Hugo's having a play date. Really encourage mums with school children to get play dates in. Take it in turns. Play dates, brilliant. Haven't got to pick him up till probably 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight. I have got work tonight, okay, so don't think I'm super duper lucky. But yeah, so okay, I'm going to get started, and I'm actually going to start with something that's on my brochures, flyers for perimenopause. I'm terrible at handing flyers out. If anyone knows where I can put these, be gratefully appreciated. But one thing on there that I say, and I've picked it up from a book by Shirley Weir, W-E-I-R, author of Makito. I've got lots and lots of menopause hormone balance books. And they all say the same. You know, I've brought one thinking, oh, that's going to give me the answer. Ow, my knee! That's going to give me the answer to perimenopause issues. That's going to give me the answer to perimenopause issues. And it's all basically saying the same. It's all about self-care and how you manage it. Yeah, but what I love Shirley saying is transformation through meditation and perimenopause is like the metamorphosis of the caterpillar into a butterfly. We do not know what or how we will feel during the transition, but we know we will emerge with wings to fly. That's really super, sorry, I just had a message come in. I think that's really super duper important that we send that message with us, because I hear a lot, oh, perimenopause, oh, menopause, oh, the postnatal period. It's like everybody's really, really happy when, another message, my phone's going crazy with people today. I think that is the message we need to do. It seems that everybody takes care of themselves in pregnancy, and then after pregnancy, it just really goes to pot. All I'm hearing from moms all the time is how busy you are. I want to know how busy you are. Okay, I want to hear, oh my God, I feel amazing. Oh my God, I'm doing this. Oh, you know, this is happening. I'm not quite doing this, Emma, but I'm doing this, and that's going to build me up to here. You don't have to do everything all at once. That is totally leading to total failure and overwhelm. But like building these little building blocks in. And I was talking to a specialist about perimenopause, and you know, she said we need to think about it like we're shining a bright light down on us, and it's actually our time. So I don't know about you, but pregnancy, okay, it was my time in pregnancy, but it was all about the baby, what pram we were going to get, what car seat we were going to get, all that kind of stuff. The baby comes along, it's all about the baby, all about the baby, all about the baby, teething, potty training, weaning, all this kind of stuff. Then it's which nursery they're going to go to, then which school they're going to go to. Then you go back to work. Some people go back very, very, very soon, and then you're juggling this life, and it's just one big juggle, and that's all I'm hearing all the time is how busy you are. And I've said this before. I spoke to one lady and I said, what fills you with joy? What gives you excitement? And she said, watching her kids play cricket. And I was like, that's great. What about you? Yeah, what about you? You, okay? So perimenopause is this time where this light's going to be shone down on you, and it's your time to actually start looking, listening, empowering yourself, okay? And getting you back, okay? I think is a really important message out there, and that's how I'm feeling. So we basically need to start building steps to create our best day yet. Now, yes, we could go to the doctors, and yes, we could say, can you give me a test for perimenopause? And they could say yes or no, you're in perimenopause. If they say no and you still have all the symptoms, then often you go away feeling worse. If they say yes, then you just go, well, do I need HRT because I feel X, Y, Z? And that's the wrong way of going at it. I'm not saying don't go to the doctors for blood tests, but really, we know that we are in perimenopause when our periods are all over the place, and we also know we're in menopause when we don't have a period for a year. That's a full period for a year. So when I went and had my test done, actually my GP, she was a lady GP, she was really good, and she was like, well, I don't really want to give you the test, and I insisted anyway. And it did come back that I am. But she went through, right, what you need to do is you need to cope with stress, you need to meditate, you need to do more yoga, you need to rest more, you need to eat better, you need to cut down the caffeine, you need to cut down the alcohol, you need to bring more things that bring you joy. And I sat there and I was nodding, and I was really pleased with her that there was no thingy about HRT or natural hormones. And I'm not saying that they are bad things, okay? I know HRT has really helped quite a few friends of mine, so as the natural hormones. But what I want all women to do first is to try and help themselves the natural way, okay? So if the symptoms are coming in, if the symptoms of anxiety are coming in, if the symptoms of broken sleep are coming in, if the tiredness is coming in, if the weight around the middle is coming in, don't blame the menopause. Okay, find out the solution, yeah? The bloating is just a symptom of something, yeah? The waking up in the night is a symptom of something. Are you drinking more caffeine? Are you having too much alcohol? Are you on your phone before you go to bed? What is your rest time? Are you doing emails at 9 o'clock when you put the kids to bed? Do you do anything that brings you joy in your life? Because that will affect your sleep. Your sleep will affect your weight around the middle. Your weight around the middle will affect your mood. So it's all interlinked, So the author of Makita, Shirley Weir, I could go through loads of books that I've got. I'm going to do Makita by Shirley Weir. She believes that we should have, what does she call it? Hang on, a midlife health team. And I really like this idea, okay? And I'll tell you why it rings a bell for me at the end. But she wants self-care to start being about empowerment and enjoying life. And like I said, this bright light shining down on you and giving you that knowledge, that power, that, okay, this is my time, yeah, and I'm going to start taking care of me. So those symptoms that you might be having of perimenopause, make it that, okay, this is a symptom that I need to start looking, this is a sign that I need to start looking after myself more, okay? So we don't want self-care to be another chore. It shouldn't be another chore. It should start to be a way of life. And we want to start the day our best day yet, okay? So we need to put things into place so we're not stressed on the morning, so we can have our best day yet. So we need to be organised on the night. We need to have the clothes ready. My mums that work out, they sleep in there at first thing in the morning. We sleep in our sports bar, so we've just got to put our trousers on and we can go downstairs without actually waking anybody. Although Hugo's got so used to me, he wakes up anyway, but he's got so used to me doing it, he just lies in bed now. Some of the other babies crawl over the mums, but they're getting used to it. They'll get bored, they'll go and find something to do. So we need to build a really good morning. Music, dancing in the morning, meditation, breathing before you jump out of bed, having a nice alarm, making sure you get a good night rest, making sure you go to bed early at least 2 nights a week, making sure that you're not on your phone before bed, making sure your phone's not in the room, having sex or giving yourself orgasms if you don't have anybody to give you an orgasm. I can really recommend an Ann Summers device that I found. New one. It's called the Petite Rabbit. Brilliant. So all these kind of things are what we need in our life, yeah? And if you've not got any of these, let alone the healthy eating and the exercise, if you haven't got this basic self-care, we are going to struggle, okay? So these days we've got so much choice out there. It used to just be about going to the doctors, yeah? Now we have realised how it is about our life as much as anything else. Then we have a hell of a lot of professionals that we can lean on. And this is where Shirley Weir was really on about building that health tribe, that squad. So she recommends a life coach. Many of you know when I first started out Supercharged, I worked closely with a life coach. I think life coaches are amazing. I've had a life coach, really helped me. I'm not a life coach, I am a health coach, and in my Supercharged Sculpt program, I do coach you into getting that upgrade, that lifestyle upgrade, okay? But Shirley recommends a life coach to really kind of, what does she say? Build you up from being the little girl into the empowered woman. Okay, and it really is. It's finding ways to actually, turning the I can'ts into I cans, making things possible. So there's a life coach. There's also another coach that's not a life coach that my friend's going to see, and it's gone out of my head. I will find it out for you and put it in the comment below. Okay. Shirley also recommends an energy healer. So we're thinking of Reiki, reflexology, hypnotherapy, acupuncture, and you've got your chakras and all that kind of stuff. And you might think, oh, what's that about? But actually it's been going on thousands. It's been used for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. It's only really recently that we rely on drugs that these kind of ancient medications, whatever they're called, have been forgotten and replaced by drugs. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you have to do hypnotherapy and Reiki or whatever and reflexology. You find something that you think works for you. I had reflexology not too long ago and it was amazing. I haven't kept it up, and that is the thing. It is almost impossible with a budget to keep everything up. And for me, there was other things I needed to do, but just writing this today or thinking about what I was going to talk about, I thought, yes, I'm going to go back to reflexology, and I know exactly the person who I'm going to go to. Hopefully she's just had a child, so hopefully she is available. And if anybody needs any names or anything, please do give me a shout. But you've got your hypnotherapist as well, and they're here to kind of realign you. When I had reflexology, I came out feeling like I was on ecstasy. Okay, I couldn't stop smiling. So there was definitely something in it. It didn't last for days, but there was definitely an uplifting of my mood, okay, which felt amazing. So quite interesting. She also recommends, we've got natural drugs. We've got a lot of natural drugs. Natural drugs are like sleep, yoga, walking in nature, water, all that kind of stuff, natural stuff. But we've got drugs. We've got cannabis. And CBD oil has recently taken off. Now be careful with your CBD oils, because like everything in the health industry, they are conning us. We need CBD oil, which is like a cannabis oil, and it's got to have THC in it, okay? But the way that they label it sometimes with the THC, it makes you think that you're getting more than you are, okay? So I know a fantastic distributor. You can't buy it in the shop. You have to go through a distributor, okay? So I know a fantastic lady. She got into it because she sadly had a stroke. And quite young, and now that's her job, stroke rehabilitation, and obviously the CBD oil really helps. So that's something that I've recently started to kind of delve into, but I realised through Jo that I brought the wrong stuff. I think I just got it from Holland and Barrett or something, and she was like, oh no, that's like crap, basically. So I've just ordered the stuff that she recommends. Okay, so she is a distributor for this oil. and she really knows her stuff around it. We've also got essential oils, obviously, and I've got a pack. I've got a pack of doTERRA oils. I was just looking for them, and I'm using those a lot. I'm diffusing them. I'm putting lavender on my pillow. I'm using them in the bath, along with Epsom salts, magnesium oil, rubbing into my foot. I think you can also get a spray as well. So you know, there's all these things that can help you. And whereas I used to go out and buy foundations and blushes and mascaras to make me feel better, I'm now really investing in and learning about other ways to make me feel good. We need things to relax us more than we need things to stimulate us, basically. So caffeine is a stimulator. I've had 2 cups today. I'm trying to keep it down to 2 cups. I went to 0 and they seem to have crept in again. I do know in the winter months it's going to creep in a bit more. Alcohol doesn't relax you, alcohol stimulates you. So if you think you're having a glass of alcohol to de-stress you, you're doing totally opposite to your system. So please try and remember that. We need to look at a hormone balance expert, or it could be a functional medicine expert, or a natural doctor, I think they're also called. And these ladies or men really will, that they can run through some tests as well. But one of the biggest tests that they'll give you and ask you is your lifestyle, your stress, your lifestyle, your you time, your joy. So all the things that I've been going on about, this is where we need to start, okay? And I'm telling you about building this midlife squad, but I think that comes after you've built yourself up a little bit. So maybe start with like the health life coach and all that kind of stuff and build yourself up. So when you can go to these natural doctors, you're not wasting money and time by then them saying to you, oh, I think you need to listen to music, or I think you need to rest more, and then you've paid 60 quid for that hour. Yeah, you can actually go there and say, this is what I've done, this is how I did live, this is now how I live, however I'm still getting XYZ symptoms. Okay. Also, registered dietitian would be really good. Again, they're going to ask you for a 7-day food plan, okay? And then start tweaking things. So why not tweak things now and start making yourself feel better now, okay? Rather than paying that money. You know, if they see your foods and they're not that bad, but what I'm saying is you can get moving quicker, because these people aren't cheap, okay? They're not cheap. She recommends a meditation coach. Obviously there is meditation out there. There's Headspace and all those kind of thing. I like the Insight Timer. It's an app called the Insight Timer, but the only real meditation that's hit home with me is Sarah Blondin. And she does Live Awake. It was one of the meditations that I asked you to listen to, about loving and listening to yourself. So meditation coach, breath coach. Obviously you could call me a breath coach because of all the breath training that I've done to do with the diaphragm and how the diaphragm affects the core and how the core affects the pelvic floor. So if you want a really good core, you have to start with your breath, your diaphragm, because that is part of the core. Okay, so she was talking about a breath coach there as well. You've got osteopath, chiropractor, massage therapist, okay? I think really super important as well. I'm just about to book myself an osteopath appointment and a massage appointment. So that's something that I have been ignoring and I can't ignore it anymore. So, you know, sometimes I ignore stuff as well, but not for very long. She said Pilates, yoga, balance, mobility coach. Again, I do all that. You need some sort of gym program or gym membership or personal trainer that really understands your body. So when you're going into these classes with 20 odd women jumping about, or mixed ability or mixed female and male, you know, it's really not focusing on your needs. So you need a personal trainer that is a specialist like me in women's health. She also recommends a vagina coach, so that would be, I was going to see a women's health therapist. A sex coach, I have recently been looking into that as well, and I went on a few sex talks, and actually, yeah, it's getting better, really getting better, starting to orgasm now, which is interesting because I lost it after having Hugo, and I totally lost it with the relationship breakdown, and then perimenopause. I have a dry vagina, do you know what I mean? It's definitely, testosterone levels have definitely changed. But by doing lots of this stuff that I'm talking about, also getting rid of the partner as well, but doing lots of this stuff that I am talking about, I'm starting to feel more sexy, okay? And when we look after ourselves on the inside, we start to look better on the outside. When we look better on the outside, it gives us more confidence. If we're more confident, we generally have better sex, okay? So we're looking at a sex coach, and then I'm working closely at the moment in my closed groups with my paid closed groups with a relationship therapist, okay? So working on how to address things like, you haven't washed up again. You know, I asked you to do this, how to word things, how to appreciate each other, how to still love each other. So that's a massive, massive list of your midlife health team, right? A massive list. And I think you're probably thinking, how am I going to afford all this? And I do totally get this. I wanted to go and see a functional medicine doctor a while ago, and I actually ended up putting it back because it just wasn't in my I just couldn't afford it. Can't think today. And this is part of perimenopause, ladies. Yeah, I can't get words out quite often, and I forget words. But I've banked it. I haven't said that this is impossible. I've banked it and said this is definitely something that I want to do. Christmas is coming up soon. My mom might ask me what I want for Christmas. Could she give me 100 quid towards it? Yeah? So I never say anything is out of bounds. And what I don't want you to do is sign up to all this, because then you won't know what is working and what isn't working, okay? What I will say, okay, and this is going to be a plug for what I do, because I created Supercharged Sculpt to give women a lifestyle upgrade. It starts on Thursday, and it's a 12-week program. You will get ill during it, you will go on holiday during it, you will have social events during it. I don't expect you to have 12 weeks of being totally on it. But you're going to learn how to relax more, you're going to learn how to better meditate, you're going to learn how to get better sleep, you're going to learn how to empower yourself, you're going to learn to love yourself more, you're going to learn to eat better, you're going to learn to drink better, and you're going to learn to exercise better. And we include the core, the mobility, the yoga, the Pilates, and the HIIT and strength training in that 12 weeks, and you're going to learn it all. So then, if symptoms persist, and I have got some ladies on Supercharged Life which were absolutely fine after the 12 weeks, felt amazing, and then all of a sudden things, they felt amazing, but now things are just like that again, and they're like, do you know what, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, I've had blood tests at the doctors, they've come back as normal, but I don't feel normal. So we need to look back. I'm going to have a word with them. We need to look back, and we need to look at, okay, how's this, how's that, and I'm going to help refer them. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. Yeah, I am a fitness trainer, and I'm a health coach, and I believe I'm kind of like a bit of a vagina coach. I work closely with women's health physios, I work closely with physios, I work closely with life coaches, relationship coaches, so actually if you put all this cost together of going to these different people, and then the time and everything else and the babysitting, you're just never going to get there. So in my opinion, you start with the 12-week program. Okay, the 12-week program will build you up and empower you and get you ready and make you start realizing what you need to work on. And there's no time like the present. There really, really isn't. Okay, so from 35 years old, we're going to start showing symptoms of perimenopause. I have the worst. I've got a band, you can't really see it, I've got a band of grey hair going across here at the moment. A friend of mine actually noticed it the other day, and I was like, he said, it's getting really bad, Emma, and I said, I know it's going really bad. I need to go and sort it out. But there's lots of changes are going on. So I hope that's kind of helped you realise that it's your time to shine. You've got a spotlight on you, and it's about creating your best day yet every day. And that's what we need to do in perimenopause, and it's your time. So like you might have a car fund, you might have a holiday fund, you might have a clothes fund, I don't know. You actually need this midlife health squad fund. So start thinking about it now. Do you need another bag? Do you need another dress? Or do you need to actually address what's going on in your body and mind? Because if you start working on the inside, the outside will all just fall into place. Speak soon, ladies. Let me know what you think. Bye.